embark upon your journey and face the epic conclusion of the remake series.
Square Enix dropped the curtain on the grand finale of their remake trilogy with Final Fantasy VII Revelation, and the scale for this concluding chapter is looking downright ridiculous. Picking up right after the emotional gut punch ending of Rebirth, Cloud Strife and the surviving Avalanche crew are setting off toward the Great Glacier and Northern Crater to stop Sephiroth, while monstrous planetary weapons awaken to unleash absolute global chaos. What makes this final chapter so outrageously exciting is how director Naoki Hamaguchi is delivering on massive fan favorite promises, starting with a fully controllable high-wind airship that actually lets you skydive directly onto the world map below. Beyond soaring through the clouds or steering a submarine through ocean depths, you will visit iconic missed locations like Rocket Town and the war-torn nation of Wutai. Combat is getting a serious tactical upgrade thanks to the new Function Integrated Tactical Suitwear system, allowing party members to equip special gear that grants class abilities from classic jobs like Black Mage and Warrior. Blending real-time action mechanics with strategic menu commands, fighting massive bosses feels fast, flashy, and intensely rewarding. Watching this decade-long project reach its ultimate climax with planetary exploration, customizable combat builds, and emotional narrative payoffs proves Square Enix is pulling out every stop. Preparing for this final confrontation in spring 2027 means making peace with the fact that your real-world responsibilities and social calendar are about to get obliterated. Atlus took everything that made Persona an absolute cultural juggernaut and transplanted those signature mechanics into a brilliant medieval fantasy universe with Metaphor ReFantazio. Set in the United Kingdom of Uchronia, following the shocking assassination of the king, you play as Will, an outcast boy from the detested Elda tribe who enters a high-stakes royal tournament to break a deadly curse on his childhood friend of the prince. Navigating this politically fractured realm alongside your fairy companion Gallica involves traveling between distant cities on a massive land ship called a Gauntlet Runner, while carefully managing a strict daily calendar system. During the day, you explore dangerous dungeons and hunt fearsome beasts called humans, while nights are spent building deep bonds with party members to unlock powerful job classes called archetypes. Combat seamlessly merges real-time action field strikes against weaker monsters with the legendary press turn system for major battles, letting you swap party formations, exploit elemental weaknesses, and gain extra turn actions. The stunning UI design, anime cutscenes, and soaring, adrenaline-pumping orchestral soundtrack give every menu transition and battle victory an absurd level of cinematic flair. Atlus clearly mastered the art of making social scheduling and tactical dungeon crawling feel utterly addicting, creating a fantasy epic that respects your strategic brain power while delivering deeply emotional, top-tier narrative drama. Prepare to obsessively manage daily schedules, master dozens of unique archetype trees, and crown yourself king before your time on the election calendar runs out. Square Enix is finally giving the HD 2D treatment to an unexpected chapter in franchise history, and Final Fantasy Resonance is taking the beloved story of Brave Exvius off mobile screens and dropping it into a premium console RPG experience. Set in the realm of Lapis. You follow the chivalrous royal knights Rain and Laswell as they embark on an epic quest to protect sacred elemental crystals from being shattered by mysterious, armored warriors known as the Veritas. What immediately sets this adventure apart is its breathtaking visual presentation, rendering classic pixel art sprites within sprawling three-dimensional environments bathed in atmospheric lighting, particle effects, and dynamic camera angles. Combat stays fiercely traditional with turn-based strategy, but the signature hook lies in summoning visions, spectral echoes of legendary heroes across Final Fantasy history who lend their iconic magic during tough encounters. Stripping away gacha mechanics in favor of a full standalone story progression means players can focus purely on party customization, tactical job synergies, and exploring expansive world maps filled with hidden dungeons. The combination of nostalgic pixel aesthetics with modern cinematic polish creates an intoxicating rhythm that easily captures that golden era 90s JRPG charm without feeling outdated. Fans who originally dismissed the mobile storyline are going to be thoroughly shocked by how engaging this narrative becomes when freed from energy timers, microtransactions, and banner pulls. Grab your favorite potion stash, rally your spectral allies, and prepare to get lost in a gorgeous pixel fantasy that proudly honors classic JRPG tradition. Trying to explain the overarching narrative of Kingdom Hearts to a normal human being is like attempting to teach calculus to a goldfish. But Square Enix is officially kicking off the Lost Master arc with Kingdom Hearts 4, and Sora looks startlingly realistic this time around. Waking up in the apartment-filled metropolis of Quadratum, which basically looks like a hyper-polished Tokyo, Sora is trading his classic oversized yellow shoes for a sleek, realistic design powered by Unreal Engine 5. Right off the bat, combat is shaping up to be ridiculously fluid, featuring Keyblade transformations, grappling hook maneuvers using his weapon, and parkour animations that make leaping across towering skyscrapers feel absurdly satisfying. We also know Strelitzia is involved in guiding Sora through this uncanny afterlife world, while Donald and Goofy are desperately wandering around searching for their missing spiky-haired friend. The contrast between gritty, realistic urban environments and classic Disney magic is definitely jarring at first glance, yet that bizarre tonal clash is precisely why fans have stuck with this franchise for over 2 decades. Sure, we will likely need a 3-hour university lecture just to understand what Nomura is cooking up with the foretellers and master secrets, but watching Sora slice through massive heartless monsters while swinging off moving streetcars is the exact kind of flashy action RPG chaos we show up for. Just make sure to stretch your brain before reading the lore, because your personal sanity is going to take a massive direct hit right away. Game Freak is finally taking us on a full-blown tropical vacation, and honestly, after years of running through endless grassy plains, setting Gen 10 in a massive Southeast Asian-inspired archipelago feels like a breath of crisp sea air. Formally revealed for the Switch 2 with a 2027 release window, Pokémon Winds and Waves is putting a massive emphasis on island hopping, ocean exploration, and actual underwater environments that hopefully won't make us miss the old HM moves. We've already met the brand new starter trio, Brout the grass type, Pombon the fire type, and Gekwa the water type, and initial impressions prove fans are already preparing to launch full-scale internet flame wars over which one deserves unconditional loyalty. What makes this entry particularly exciting is how the franchise is stepping up its scale specifically for Nintendo's next-gen hardware, giving these vibrant tropical vistas the visual muscle they desperately needed. Instead of feeling like a minor iteration, navigating open waters and diving deep into hidden aquatic ecosystems could fundamentally reshape how we track down wild pocket monsters. Sure, waiting until 2027 feels like a mild form of psychological torture, but taking extra time in the oven means Game Freak delivers a smooth, bug-free open ocean adventure most trainers will happily sit on their hands. Just prepare your digital inventory now, because traveling between sunny islands while hunting down legendary sea beasts is shaping up to be an absolute time sink that your schedule and personal life will never truly recover from. Wandering Sword is essentially a martial arts movie fanatic's dream brought to life in shimmering HD 2D, and it captures that classic wuxia magic with ridiculous charm. You take on the role of Jin Dan, an ordinary young man dragged into a deadly martial arts conspiracy after surviving a lethal poison attack, forcing him to trek across ancient China to master elite fighting techniques. What sets this adventure apart from standard fantasy RPGs is how it lets you customize your playstyle on the fly, offering a toggle between traditional turn-based strategy and fast-paced real-time combat whenever you feel like changing gears. The visual presentation is undeniably striking, boasting detailed pixel character sprites placed against lush, depth-of-field 3D background environments that look like living ink painting. Along your journey, you meet dozens of distinct martial artists, recruit them into your party, build deep friendships, and learn hundreds of unique Meridian skill trees to transform your modest swordsman into an absolute monster. The sheer amount of freedom in exploring its expansive world map means you can easily spend hours side questing, fishing, and mastering secret sword forms instead of rushing the main storyline. For anyone who grew up obsessed with martial arts novels, classic kung fu films, or just loves deep tactical RPG mechanics wrapped in stunning pixel visuals, Wandering Sword delivers a massive, deeply satisfying adventure that will consume your weekend before you even begin to realize where all those lost hours went. Pixelated Milk is doing something deeply special with SacriFire, taking everything we loved about classic 90s turn-based role-playing games and slapping a shiny modern engine right under the hood. You play as Ezekiel, a young soldier serving the church who gets tossed headfirst into a cosmic conflict between divine forces and underworld entities across the twin realms of Antioch and Erebus. What immediately catches your eye is the visual style, a gorgeous blend of crisp 2D pixel art sprites moving through fully realized 3D environments lit up like a high-budget theatrical stage. But combat is where things get delightfully rowdy, because instead of just picking options off a rigid static menu, you're dynamically switching between real-time positioning and precision turn-based attacks to dismember monster limbs. Throw in a legendary soundtrack composed by Motoi Sakuraba, the mastermind behind iconic tracks in Dark Souls and Tales of Symphonia, and you have a recipe for serious audio-visual nostalgia overload. The developers are clearly building a heavy, adult dark fantasy narrative, yet the slick combat keeps the momentum moving fast enough that you will not catch yourself dozing off during heavy dialogue dumps. It takes serious confidence to build a combat system that forces you to balance fast reflexes with tactical brain power, but SacriFire pulls it off effortlessly, proving that retro-inspired pixel RPGs still have plenty of wild tricks left up their sleeve for dedicated console players looking for a meaty, immensely satisfying role-playing challenge that respects their time. Nihon Falcom is giving one of the greatest JRPG cliffhangers in video game history the royal treatment it deserves with Trails in the Sky, second chapter, a ground-up 3D remake of the legendary Trails in the Sky SC. Picking up immediately after the heart-wrenching finale of the first game, you play as senior bracer Estelle Bright as she traverses the kingdom of Liberal to track down Joshua while confronting the shadowy enforcers of the Ouroboros organization. What makes this remake so special is how it translates classic isometric graphics into a fully dynamic 3D world with revamped combat mechanics, giving longtime fans and newcomers alike a brand new way to experience the continent of Zemuria. The tactical turn-based battle system returns bigger and bolder, featuring upgraded crafts, arts, and team-based combo attacks that keep boss fights intensely strategic and deeply satisfying. Beyond the flashy spell animations, the real magic of the Trails series has always been its world building. Every single NPC in town has a named story arc that updates as the political tension escalates around them. Rebuilding this massive story with full voice acting and cinematic flair is no easy feat, but Falcom is proving that classic storytelling can feel fresh again. Get ready for an emotional story roller coaster, packed with ancient mysteries, massive airship battles, and unforgettable character moments that demonstrate why this franchise remains the absolute gold standard for long-form narrative RPG storytelling across the entire gaming industry.
The winner of which is granted one wish. Powerful fighters from
Intelligent Systems is taking us across the sea from Fodland straight into the sprawling Dagdan Empire, and Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is turning tactical warfare into an all-out gladiatorial battle royale centered around the prestigious heroic games in the capital city of Daxian. The central tournament promises to grant the ultimate champion a single wish from the mysterious divine sovereign. You pick between 4 distinct protagonists, Kai, Theodora, Dietrich, or Lida, each bringing their own deeply personal motivations and branching narrative routes to the table. Gameplay retains the classic turn-based grid strategy we love, but it brings back fan-favorite mechanics from 3 houses like crests, relics, gambits, and a full calendar system for managing free days. Outside of battle, you can wander through training grounds, share meals with squad mates, explore deep dungeons, or hop onto massive new Orneus flying mounts to gain tactical advantages. The combat intensity gets cranked up even higher thanks to Blaze Arts, a risky new mechanic where units sacrifice their own health points rather than weapon durability to unleash terrifying special attacks. Having so this teased in the reveal trailer instantly sent lore nerds into a full frenzy over how this story fits into the timeline, but whether it serves as a prequel or a sequel, commanding armies in high-stakes gladiator arenas sounds like a complete tactical blast. Prepare to obsessively micromanage unit relationships and calculate 90% hit chances that somehow still miss until your eyes bleed out from total exhaustion.
攻略し続ける。それがこの学園の役割よ。
Nihon Falcom is returning to its modern urban fantasy roots with Kyoto Xanadu, the Blooming Phantom, taking the supernatural teenage angst of Tokyo Xanadu and dropping it squarely into Japan's historic cultural capital. You play as Rei Kamiya, a high school transfer student who awakens otherworldly powers and gets enrolled at Hirosaka Academy, an elite institution specifically designed to explore and conquer the mysterious monster-infested dimension known as Xanadu. What makes this action RPG combat system so unique is its hybrid design, blending two-dimensional side-scrolling dungeon exploration under the academy, with full three-dimensional battle arenas whenever you pass through dimensional gates. You spend your combat time customizing soul devices, equipping elemental guardian cards, and pulling off flashy aerial skill combos against bizarre otherworldly entities. Once the school bell rings, the game shifts into a full slice of life simulator where you use action cards before class to boost grades, foster bonds with classmates over local street food, and explore iconic real-world Kyoto tourist spots after hours. Balancing daily homework and casual ramen dates with high-octane dimensional monster slaying creates an addictive gameplay rhythm that keeps you hooked from one calendar day to the next. Nihon Falcom knows exactly how to blend anime tropes, slick action mechanics, and authentic urban exploration into a cohesive package, making this stylish juvenile RPG an absolute paradise for anyone who loves balancing teenage social drama with slaying grotesque interdimensional horrors on their afternoons off without tanking their grade point average. Yuji Horii and Square Enix essentially crafted a love letter to the golden era of traditional role-playing with Dragon Quest XI echoes of an elusive age, proving that classic turn-based mechanics can still be absolute top-tier gaming. You play as a quiet young villager who discovers he is the reincarnated luminary, only to get branded as a demonic darkspawn by the paranoid king of Heliodor and hunted across the gorgeous fantasy continent of Erdrea. What follows is a globe-trotting adventure featuring iconic character designs from the legendary Akira Toriyama, brought to life with vibrant cel-shaded visuals, heartwarming orchestrations, and tactical battles that feel effortlessly refined. Your party members are absolute standout stars, from Eric the loyal thief to Sylvando, the flamboyant performer whose infectious optimism easily steals every scene he steps into. Mechanics like the Pep power system add tactical bursts of hype to tough boss battles, while camping outdoors to cook delicious meals and craft legendary gear at the Fun Size Forge keeps resource management rewarding without feeling like a tedious grind. Dragon Quest XI refuses to chase trendy modern dark fantasy tropes, instead proudly embracing fairy tale heroism, charming puns, and timeless storytelling that reminds us why we fell in love with JRPGs in the first place. Put simply, anybody craving a massive, vibrant comfort adventure where good triumphs over evil with pure style and heart will find that the Luminary's journey delivers everything they could possibly ask for and more. Level 5 has kept mystery fans sweating for years with delays, but Decapolice is shaping up to be an insanely ambitious cross between Ace Attorney detective work and traditional turn-based role-playing combat. You step into the polished shoes of Harvard Marks, a rookie detective leading a squad of investigators through a futuristic metropolis by plunging headfirst into Decasm, a hyper-realistic virtual reality replica of the city where crime scenes are frozen in time. Instead of just mindlessly bashing monsters with glowing broadswords, you actually analyze crime scene evidence. Interview virtual witnesses and connect logic boards to expose suspect lies. When negotiations collapse into full-blown street brawls, the gameplay smoothly transitions into tactical turn-based action where you deploy non-lethal taser attacks, negotiate hostage situations, or summon heavy police mechs to subdue uncooperative felons. The sheer genius of the premise lies in how virtual crimes bleed back into the real world, forcing your team to constantly jump between digital crime scene reconstructions and physical street investigations. Level 5 clearly took extra development time to polish every single mechanic, ensuring that scouring virtual alleyways for clues feels just as thrilling as unleashing high-tech special abilities against giant digital glitches. Anyone who spent their childhood obsessing over detective shows while hoarding healing potions in classic RPGs will find this bizarrely clever hybrid custom built for their hyper-specific gaming itch. Get ready to crack complex cases, outsmart master criminals, and lose entire weekends attempting to keep Rookie Harvard's detective badge clean from total moral corruption.
Prepare for an
Square
all-new
Enix is giving creature-collecting fans an unbelievable nostalgic gift with Dragon Quest Monsters: The Withered World, bringing back beloved Dragon Quest V heroines Bianca and Nera as dual-lead monster wranglers. When a bizarre creature named Fluffy visits their bedside one dark night, the duo sets off into the mysterious kingdom of Witherwood to locate fabled leaves of life and save their ailing fathers from tragic fates. Instead of swinging swords themselves, Bianca and Nera recruit command and synthesize over 500 distinct monsters spanning iconic franchise history alongside fresh new additions. Exploration takes center stage in an extraordinarily vibrant, stylized fantasy world where your favorite recruited beasts actually roam beside you across shifting landscapes, discovering hidden treasures and battling wild creature packs. The classic synthesis system returns bigger and more addicting than ever, allowing you to fuse two beasts together on the fly to create unstoppable hybrid monsters equipped with customized talent trees and devastating elemental spells. Between deep tactical turn-based battles, intense online multiplayer tournaments, and special extra content like the Mega Mole Hole for hunting rare species, party building offers practically infinite strategic depth. Balancing childhood nostalgia with modern monster taming mechanics makes this adventure an absolute dream for veteran wranglers and RPG newcomers alike. Prepare your strategic team lineup, experiment with crazy monster fusions, and get ready to spend countless long sleepless night hours building the ultimate creature roster to save both family legacies and the entire devastated realm from complete destruction. Vanillaware is finally granting longtime action role-playing enthusiasts their ultimate dream, bringing back one of the most stunning side-scrolling games ever made in Muramasa Revenant, Blade's publisher. Marvelous is bundling both the original adventure, Muramasa Rebirth, and all 4 Genroku Legends expansion chapters into a single comprehensive package upgraded with crisp 4K visuals. Stepping into the boots of 6 fabled protagonists across Japan's mythical Genroku era, you are slicing through armies of restless spirits and legendary monsters while forging over 100 unique cursed blades. What makes this re-release feel truly monumental is the complete overhaul under the hood, featuring refined combat controls, variable gameplay modes, and a brand new localization equipped with full English voice acting for the first time. The signature hand-drawn art style already looked like a museum masterpiece on older handheld screens, but seeing these fluid sword slashing animations and lush painterly backgrounds rendered with modern clarity is enough to make any visual aesthetics nerd tear up with absolute joy. Balancing lightning-fast parries, aerial combo strings, and dynamic weapon switching creates a hypnotic combat rhythm that rewards raw player skill over mindless button mashing. Whether you're returning to master every weapon tree or jumping into Vanillaware's demon-slaying historical fantasy for the very first time, this definitive collection delivers a gorgeous, razor-sharp action experience that will happily hijack your free time and severely ruin your sleep schedule when it hits store shelves in 2027. After years of endless speculation and handheld gamers desperately praying, Naoki Yoshida finally took the stage at Berlin Fan Fest dressed in Bastion armor to lock in the official launch date for Final Fantasy XIV on the Nintendo Switch 2. Arriving on August 4th, Square Enix is bringing the behemoth MMORPG straight to Nintendo's hybrid console, complete with a full month of free subscription time to ensure server stability during the initial launch rush. What makes this handheld port so wild is the sheer technical feat of running an active online titan on a portable device without requiring a Nintendo Switch Online subscription. Though players will eventually need a standalone sub or take advantage of a generous 50% discount if they already play on other platforms. Of course, taking the realm of Eorzea everywhere you roam comes with a hilarious price tag for your internal memory, as the massive install size threatens to swallow nearly half of the console's built-in storage space whole. Whether you're tackling early level dungeons as the Warrior of Light or spending hours crafting stylish glamours on the bus, taking Eorzea on the go is going to turn daily commutes into dangerous productivity black holes. Just make sure to clear out your digital game library right now and keep a beefy portable power bank within arm's reach, because grinding endgame raids under the covers is about to claim whatever tiny sliver of sleep schedule you had remaining.
Okay everyone, thanks so much for watching. If you liked that video, please leave a like and subscribe, and ring the bell if you want to get notified when we release new content. We hope to see you in the next video.